All right, so you're thinking about a nursing career in Germany, right? Well, get ready because today we're diving deep into how Indian nurses can make that happen.
And it's a great time to be thinking about this because Germany needs more healthcare professionals.
They do, don't they?
They're looking for skilled nurses, and this guide we've got lays out 6 steps to make it happen.
Okay, 6 steps. So it's a journey.
It's a process, yeah.
What's step 1?
Well, first you have to have the right foundation.
Okay.
This guide's really clear about that. You need a BSc nursing or GNM nursing degree. You absolutely have to have that.
Okay.
And on top of that, at least 3 years of actual experience as a nurse in India.
So no fresh grads.
Yeah, they want people who can, jump right in.
Got it. What's next?
Language, the big one.
Uh-oh.
You've got to reach a B2 level in German. That means being able to hold a conversation in everyday German.
Okay.
The guide says that takes about 8 to 12 months of solid study.
Wow, that's a commitment.
It is.
I mean, for someone who's already working and busy, that's a lot.
It is. And the guide even suggests that some people, the best way to do that is to really just immerse themselves. Like maybe take a break from working and just focus full-time on learning German.
Wow.
And of course, the more you can practice with actual native German speakers, the better.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. You don't have to wait to get the ball rolling.
Exactly.
While you're working on the language, you can start applying.
As soon as you hit B1,
B1.
which is like a stepping stone to B2,
Oh, okay.
you can start applying.
Yes.
You can start interviewing.
Okay.
Even if you don't have the full B2 yet.
Oh, I see. So it's like a little sneak peek.
Yeah, you can start getting a feel for what German hospitals are looking for, what their expectations are.
I like that.
Yeah.
So, getting your foot in the door early.
Exactly.
Exactly. The guide also mentions these recruitment agencies.
Yes.
What's the deal with that?
Those could be really helpful. So these are agencies that specialize in healthcare placements,
Mm-hmm.
and they have these networks. They can connect you directly with hospitals that are looking for nurses from India.
So it's not just throwing your resume out there and hoping for the best.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It can really streamline the process.
That's good.
Yeah.
Now, while all this is going on, there's this qualification recognition thing?
Right. That's happening at the same time as you're working on your D2.
Okay.
That usually takes about 2 to 4 months.
Okay.
It's basically making sure your Indian nursing qualifications are recognized in Germany.
So it's not just like, hey, I'm a nurse in India, I'm good to go.
It's a little more complicated. You have to submit all your documents to the German authorities.
Okay.
And then here's the interesting part. They'll probably send you this thing called a Defizitbescheid.
A what?
A Defizitbescheid.
Okay.
That basically means a deficiency letter.
Oh, that doesn't sound so good.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's actually really helpful. It's like a checklist. They basically tell you, okay, here are the differences between your training in India and what we require in Germany.
Oh, that makes sense. So they tell you exactly what you need to do.
Exactly.
Do you do that before you move?
You get the letter before, so you know what to expect.
Oh,
And then once you're there, you'll do the extra training.
makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's say you've got your B2 level German.
Mm-hmm.
You've at least partially got your qualifications recognized.
Yes.
And you know what extra training you might need to do. What's the next big hurdle?
Job, offer, and visa. So once the hospital is happy with your language skills and your qualifications, they'll give you this official job offer letter.
That's got to feel good.
Yes. And you need that letter for the next step.
For the visa.
Yes. You can't apply for the visa without it.
Okay.
So you have to send that in with your proof of language proficiency, your qualification recognition documents, and you also have to show that you're financially stable.
So they really want to make sure you're all set.
Yeah, they want to make sure you're ready to go.
How long does that usually take?
1 to 3 months usually.
For the visa to process?
Yeah.
Okay, so you finally land in Germany.
Yes.
You're excited, you're ready to start.
Mm-hmm.
Do you just jump right into being a registered nurse?
Not quite. Remember we talked about partial qualification recognition?
Yeah.
To be a registered nurse in Germany, you need full recognition.
Okay.
So you'll probably start out as a nursing assistant
I see.
while you're working on getting that full recognition.
So how do you go from nursing assistant to registered nurse?
There are 2 main ways. One is an Anpassungslehrgang,
Okay.
which is an adaptation course.
What is that?
It's basically designed to fill in any remaining gaps between your training in India and what Germany requires.
Okay.
The other option is the Kenntnisprüfung,
Okay.
which is the big exam.
A knowledge exam.
Yeah, it's really thorough. It tests your skills and your knowledge based on German standards.
So you can either take this course or take this exam. Okay.
But either way, once you finish that, you are officially a registered nurse in Germany.
You made it.
You made it.
It's a journey.
It is.
Yeah.
But, this guide makes it really clear that it's achievable.
It does lay it all out there.
Yes.
But let's be realistic.
Yeah.
This all sounds amazing, but it's not all going to be easy.
Of course. Any big move like this is going to have its challenges.
The guide does mention a few.
It does.
What are they? What do people need to be prepared for?
Well, first, the time commitment. We're talking 12 to 14 months for the whole process.
Wow.
So you need a lot of dedication and a lot of patience.
A year plus. Okay, what else?
Cultural adaptation.
Hmm.
Moving to a new country means adjusting to a whole new healthcare system.
Yeah.
New ways of working, a new culture in general.
I can imagine that's a lot.
It is.
Okay, and the third challenge?
Finances. You're going to have to invest some money up front for this.
Okay.
Language courses, visa fees, relocation costs, it all adds up.
Yeah.
So you have to be financially prepared for this transition.
So we've got time, energy, and money.
Yeah.
But now for the good stuff.
Yes.
What are the rewards?
The rewards are big. They go beyond just the financial side of things.
Okay, let's break it down. First, salary. What are we talking about here?
This guide says between 270,000 and 340,000 Indian rupees per month.
Wow, that's a lot more than many nurses make in India.
Yes, significantly more.
And it's not just the salary, right? There's the potential for saving.
Absolutely. This guide suggests you could potentially save between 20,000 and 80,000 rupees each month.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. Of course, it depends on your lifestyle.
Right, but the potential is there.
The potential is there.
What about work-life balance?
Oh, that's a big one. Germany is known for having much better working hours,
Okay.
much better job security in their healthcare system.
That's something a lot of people are looking for, right?
It is.
What about benefits?
Oh, they have this amazing Social Security system. It covers health insurance, unemployment benefits, retirement pensions. It's really comprehensive.
That's fantastic.
It is.
What about this free education thing?
That's a huge perk, especially for families. Your kids could go to school in Germany for free.
That's incredible.
Yeah, high-quality education, no tuition fees.
Wow, so you're not only building a career for yourself, you're potentially setting up your kids for a great future.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
Mhm.
Okay, so we've got great salary saving potential, better work-life balance, a strong safety net-free education. What else?
The respect. Don't forget the respect. In Germany, nurses are highly regarded.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah, you'd be working in a place that really values your skills and what you bring to the table.
It's like a whole package.
And it is.
As we're wrapping up this first part, I want to hear your thoughts. What are your biggest takeaways so far?
It's amazing to me to see such a clear path laid out for Indian nurses to have this really successful and fulfilling career in Germany.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much potential for both professional and personal growth. But it's a big decision.
It is.
It's not something to take lightly.
You've really got to weigh the pros and cons, see if it's right for you.
Exactly.
We'll get more into the financial details and those cultural adjustments coming up in the next part of our deep dive.
Yes.
So stay tuned.
All right. So we're back. And we're going to dig a little deeper into this whole, moving to Germany for a nursing career thing.
Yes.
We talked about the steps, but I want to know more about the money.
Uh-huh.
Like, what kind of investment are we really talking about here?
Yeah, that's a good question. And the guide is pretty upfront about it.
Okay.
So let's break it down. First, you've got those German language courses.
Mm-hmm.
Those are essential. A good comprehensive B2 level course is probably going to cost you somewhere between 100,000 and 200,000 rupees.
Okay.
So that's a chunk of change right there.
It is. What about the visa application itself?
That's actually not too bad compared to the language courses.
Okay,
It's
so-
only about 5,000 rupees.
Okay. But then there's moving,
Right.
flights, maybe shipping
Right.
stuff over. Yeah. A one-way flight from India to Germany could be anywhere from 30,000 to 50,000 rupees.
Okay.
Depends on the time of year of the airline.
Right.
And if you're shipping things well, that could add another 50,000 to 100,000 rupees to the total.
So it's a lot to think about up front.
It is.
You really have to be prepared.
You do. But the good news is this guide also points out that once you're earning that German salary, you can make that money back pretty quickly.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, let's switch gears for a minute and talk about this cultural adjustment thing.
Okay.
The guide mentions that, moving to a new country, even one as welcoming as Germany, it's going to be different.
Oh, absolutely. It's
Yeah.
not just about the language.
Right.
It's about understanding different social norms,
Mm-hmm.
customs, even humor can be different.
Oh, yeah. What might be totally normal in India could be like, whoa, in Germany.
Exactly. So what kind of things should someone be prepared for?
Yeah. I'm curious, like, what are some examples?
Well, Germans are really big on being on time.
Punctuality. Yes.
No more Indian Standard Time.
Right. It's valued both professionally and socially.
Okay.
Another big difference is how they communicate. Germans tend to be very direct,
Oh,
very explicit, and that can sometimes feel blunt, if you're not used to it,
okay.
but it's not meant to be rude.
I see. Just getting to the point.
Right. Just being clear and concise.
Okay. What about the workplace? Anything specific there?
Well, German workplaces can be pretty hierarchical.
Okay.
There's a clear chain of command, and they take procedures seriously.
So it's a little more formal, maybe?
It can be, yeah, especially if you're used to a more collaborative or flexible work environment.
Okay. So you got to respect the structure.
Yeah.
What about just, being out and about? Like any tips for interacting with people?
Simple things make a difference. A firm handshake when you meet someone.
Okay.
Eye contact. And, of course, bitte and danke.
Please and thank you.
Yes. Those go a long way in German culture.
It's just being polite.
Yeah, showing respect. I want to know more about the healthcare system itself.
Okay.
How is it different from what nurses in India might be used to?
Well, one big difference is that Germany has universal health care.
Meaning?
Everyone has access to care,
Oh, okay.
regardless of their income or whether they have a job.
Oh, that's different from India.
It is. In India, it's much more private.
Right.
So in Germany, it's really about making sure everyone gets the care they need.
That's great. Are there any, specific differences in how nurses work or the protocols they follow?
One thing this guide really stresses is documentation.
Oh, yeah, that's important everywhere.
It is, but it's especially important in Germany. Nurses play a big role in keeping those patient records accurate.
So attention to detail is key.
It is. Another difference is that in Germany, they put a lot of emphasis on patient autonomy.
Okay.
Informed consent.
So patients have a say in their own care.
Exactly. Nurses are expected to respect that and advocate for their patients' rights.
That's good. Okay, I have to ask about something else. Homesickness.
Yes.
When you move to a new country, it's natural to miss your family, your friends, the food.
It is. It's a very real emotion.
Yeah.
And it's okay to feel that way.
Yeah. What does the guide say about dealing with that?
Well, it says that connecting with other Indian nurses who have already made the move can be really helpful.
Oh, yeah, like a support system.
Exactly.
People who get it.
Yeah. And of course, staying in touch with your loved ones back home is really important.
Phone calls, video chats.
Yes. Those little things can make a big difference.
Are there other things people can do to deal with the stress of, all these changes?
The guide suggests exploring mindfulness techniques.
Oh,
Meditation, yoga, things like that.
that could help.
Yeah. And it also says, find things you enjoy doing.
Hobbies.
Exactly. It could be reading, painting, joining a sports club, anything that helps you relax and recharge outside of work.
Right, taking care of yourself.
Yeah. And sometimes, just having a good vent session with a friend or family member back home can be really helpful.
Getting it all out.
Yeah. And remember, you're not alone in this.
Mm-hmm.
There are so many nurses from India who have made this move and built great lives for themselves in Germany.
That's encouraging.
Their stories are inspiring.
So it's about focusing on the positive.
It is. The growth, the new experiences.
Right. This is a chance to, see a new part of the world.
Exactly.
Expand your horizons.
Yes.
And don't forget the sense of accomplishment.
Oh, yeah. That feeling of, I did this. I made this happen.
As we wrap up this part of our conversation, what are your thoughts?
I think we've done a good job of, laying out what it takes to make this move to Germany for a nursing career.
Mm-hmm.
It's something you have to plan for carefully, both logistically and emotionally.
Right.
But the rewards are huge.
They are. But there's one more thing we need to talk about.
What's that?
The emotional side of this whole thing.
Yes.
We'll get into that and more in the final part of our deep dive, so stay with us.
All right, so we're back for the last part of our deep dive. And we've covered a lot of ground, steps, the money, the culture. But now I want to talk about the emotional side of this whole thing.
Yeah. Making a move like this is a big life change.
It is. It really is. It's more than just switching jobs. It's like transforming your whole life.
Yeah. It's a huge leap of faith. You're leaving behind, everything your comfort zone, your family and friends, everything that feels familiar.
Exactly. And I imagine that comes with a whole mix of emotions. Excitement, anticipation, but maybe also a bit of, fear of the unknown.
Definitely. This guide even talks about that emotional roller coaster, being away from loved ones, figuring out a new culture, and really starting a whole new life from scratch.
Yeah, it's not easy.
It's not.
So what does this guide say about handling all that?
Well, it really emphasizes self-care
Okay.
and building a strong support system once you're in Germany.
Connecting with other Indian nurses who've already made the move,
Yeah.
that can be really helpful.
Oh, yeah, because they've been there.
They get it. They understand what you're going through.
Exactly. What about staying in touch with family and friends back home?
That's crucial. Regular communication, even if it's just quick messages or video calls, it really makes a difference.
Those little things can mean a lot.
They do.
Yeah.
What about other self-care strategies? What can people do to, manage the stress of this whole transition?
Yeah.
The guide talks about things like mindfulness techniques,
Okay.
meditation yoga.
Oh, yeah, those are good for stress.
They are. They can really help with anxiety and just promoting a sense of well-being. It also says, find activities you enjoy,
Uh-huh.
like reading or painting or joining a sports club, anything that helps you recharge outside of work.
So making time for yourself.
Exactly. And sometimes, just talking to a friend or family member back home can be really helpful.
Just venting.
Yeah, getting it all out. It's important to remember, you're not alone in this.
Right. There are tons of nurses from India who have successfully made this move and built really fulfilling lives in Germany. That's good to hear. Their stories are amazing. Yeah. So it's about, focusing on the positive. It is the growth, the new experiences, the chance to try new things, see new places.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
And the personal satisfaction that comes from achieving a challenging goal.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave you with this thought. This journey might have its ups and downs, but it also has the potential to be incredibly rewarding.
It does.
It's about pursuing your dreams, stepping outside your comfort zone, and, discovering a new strength within yourself.
And this guide that we've been talking about has given us a great roadmap.
Yeah,
But ultimately, the decision is yours.
it is.
Take some time to really think about everything we've talked about. What excites you about this opportunity? And what do you think you need to prepare for?
Weigh the pros and cons, but most importantly, listen to your heart. It'll guide you in the right direction.
Exactly. And no matter what you decide, you've already taken a big step by even considering this. That's something to be proud of.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We hope we've given you the information and the inspiration you need to make the best decision for your future. Until next time, keep learning, keep exploring, and keep chasing those dreams.